Passage 6 is a research passage, and what was being tested for was the presence of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium in different soils, and the amount of CO2 that's given out by bacteria found in soil. So study 1, they were mixing different soils with pure water, and then extracting the minerals, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium to find out how much was in each different type of soil. In study 2, soils were mixed with water, and drops of a solution were added to test for the presence of carbon dioxide, or CO2. The first question here, 24, says, how was the design of study 1 different from the design of study 2? Well, just as I was mentioning, in study 1 they were testing for nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, or study 2 they were testing for something totally different. They were testing for CO2. And in H and J they mentioned rainwater. Rainwater was never used. They were just talking about pure water. And F has it backwards. For number 25, it says the purpose of heating the second set of samples in study 2 was most likely to do what? Okay. So it says that in study 2, really the purpose of doing it was the fact that bacteria give off carbon dioxide, which so bacteria are the primary source of CO2 found in the soil. And it mentions here that a set of samples was heated to and kept at 100 degrees Celsius for 1 day to sterilize them. So the purpose was to kill most or all of the bacteria in the samples. B had nothing to do with plants growing in the samples, just bacteria. So sterilizing means to kill, so 25 was A. 26 says, which of the following acted as the control in the third set of samples in study 2? So in study 2, what they were using as a control, instead of dissolving a soil to test for the presence of CO2, they had pure water, which they knew wouldn't have any CO2 in it because there should be no bacteria in it. So pure water was the standard for comparison. That was the control. 26 was F. And 27, based on the passage, the nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium examined in study 1 all have which of the following properties? Now, they're liquid at room temperature, gas at room temperature, they dissolve or they don't dissolve. Well, it mentions that the pure water has no dissolved nutrients, and that really those three things, nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus, can dissolve in water. So they're talking about something that can dissolve in water, so it's not D, and they're not gases or liquids at room temperature. They're being filtered from the soil. They are solid, so it's not going to be A and B. They dissolve in water. That one was C. In 28, it says in study 2, the number of drops of solution that had to be added to the soil, D, and pure water mixture in the first set of samples before the color change occurred was what? Okay. So we need to look at the first set of samples here. And this was soil D. And it had about 35 drops that needed to be added before color change was seen.